Welcome back, Last Request Barbecue. Meals to die for. You can see my breath. It's a cold winter day, but that's okay. That's not stopping the Last Request Barbecue show. We got some heat. We got it going on. And today we got a really special cook, Drunken Peachy pork. It's actually a pretty simple recipe, but it is a pile of fun. And you're probably asking yourself, well, if I can see my breath, it means it's not summer. It means peaches are out of season. Yes, yes, yes. However, I found this from my friends at Longo's. Check that out. That is fresh Niagara, Ontario peaches in sparkling white wine. Right there you go. Fresh peaches in a jar from this year, mixed up with some great pork. Actually a really simple recipe. There's not much to it. I mean, actually the work to it is peeling peaches, but that's taken care of with peaches already in the jar. I got the Yoder going, so we're gonna get a nice cook in. It's a beautiful day in December. Let's get started. Step one is to get our pork ready. So we got some seasonings. We got a little frozen olive oil here. We'll just put that over here, let that give it a thaw. I think I have to put that inside some avocado oil. It's kind of nice when it gets a little chilly. We'll put that over here. There's no heat on here, but the heat from over here kind of melt that a little bit. We'll be needing that a bit later. But first things first, let's get our pork out of the package and ready to go. And let's get that on the Yoder. We're going to smoke it at about 350. And you know, our intention here is to just really give it some flavor, because most of the cooking actually happens in our ensemble pan. So we're going to make 4 pieces, one for my mom. Let's just put some salt and pepper on it. And I'm actually going to try a new Longo's maple habanero. Maybe I'm messing with too much stuff, but they got a new sauce I've been dying to try. And I think once these go onto the Yoder and get a bit of smoke, that's going to be actually a pretty nice addition. So I just actually might try that. Now that's some salt and pepper. I also want to put on Cattleman's Trail Dust, just to kick it up a notch. Add some nice savory seasonings. Make me think it's spring again. So let's get those onto our Yoder. Next up in our Peachy pork is the onion. So we're going to have 1 large red onion, a couple of shallots, and a green onion, kind of a mix of flavors that we're going to put in. So let's get cutting this onion. So we're going to put an entire onion. We're going to cut it in strips, so that'll be nice and easy. Again, this meal is meant to be quick. This is a Melissa Clark recipe, basically. I'm riffing off, not the drunken part, but the Peachy pork, one of my favorite recipe writers, Melissa Clark from the New York Times. It is amazing in the summer with fresh peaches from wherever it is you live. That makes the recipe just sing. So this is kind of new, right? So it's off season. We'll be using these peaches from a jar. My wife's a little skeptical of this one. She would kind of say we should only have this when it's fresh peaches, but I'm convinced that we can make a nice meal with our Niagara peaches in a Niagara sparkling wine. All right, let's get our ensemble pan going. Add a bit of heat to that. How are we doing? Oh, see, I melted a bit of our avocado oil, so we're good to go. So we'll throw some avocado oil in. We'll let that heat up, and then in goes all the onions. Now, here is our Niagara peaches, the star of the show. Check that out. So we're gonna put these in here. Delicious. That is a little easier than cutting them. So we're gonna put 2 bottles in. That should be good. There we go. Look at those beautiful. Reminds me of summer, right? Well, I guess it behooves me to taste one. Let's give it a taste. Oh my God, those are good. Like, honestly, they're really good. It's just like I picked them off a tree, kind of fresh. Amazing. I'm so impressed. To this now, we're not going to add a ton of stuff. We're going to add a bit of Cattleman's to season them up a bit. There you go. We'll mix that in. All right, let's add in all of our onions and shallots. Very good. And we wait. The idea here is that we cook the onions till they're nice and soft. We add lots of salt, pepper, maybe some more of the trail dust. Let that soak in, and then we put in our chops. So I'm changing the recipe a little bit, because in Melissa's recipe, she puts the onions in and puts the chops in, lets that soak, and then puts it all in the pan. So I'm reversing things a little bit because the chops are on the Yoder. So I'm just playing with the recipe a little bit to accommodate the smoker. Okay, we're now at the point, the onions are coming along nicely. We're gonna add a bit of salt and pepper. There we go. And we're gonna add a bit of our Cattleman's Trail Dust. And we're gonna then close the lid. Let's push that to the back. And I actually think I'm going to close the crown verity and let the heat build up so we can kind of speed up that process. All right, our onions now are ready. And what are we doing now? I think they could actually use a bit more avocado oil. And in go our pork chops, just fresh off the Yoder. Our chops have got some smoke and they're about 3/4, 80% done. And in they go. Perfect. And then, la pièce de résistance, in go our peaches. That's right. Hear that sound? Let's mix those up. Make sure everything's getting together and having a party. And let's get that back to the back where it's hottest. I'm going to close the lid. Again, I wouldn't do that in the summer. I wouldn't need to. But today I'm going to close the lid so the heat can build up. Even crown verity can't keep it as warm as I might like. So we'll go from there, and we're almost at the finish line. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes. We've got it up to about 350, 400. Let's check it out. Oh my goodness, that looks amazing. Let's do a quick temperature check. And we're gonna call that done. Now check out those flavors, the peaches, the grilled onion, delicious. Now the one last thing I want to add to this is some flake salt. Comme ça. And there we have it. Drunken peachy pork.